All right, hello and welcome. Brett here with ClickMail. In this video, now that we have understood what a win-win is, and we've understood the needs that you have from whatever endeavor it is that you're pursuing, and you also know the needs your audience has, we're now going to create a benefits package that really encapsulates this win-win. Okay, so I don't typically create a benefits package for myself. You can do that as an exercise. I think usually I kind of know what I want. But what I do is I create a benefits package for the other person or people or company or church that's engaging with me. So I know and they know what it is that they're getting out of the relationship. And I know whether or not they're enthusiastic about that. So, for example, if we're doing a marketing service, and let's say it's a search engine optimization service, a proposal goes out, a contract goes out, and it says, here's what you get. You get monthly SEO services. And what's that include? Well, 10 optimized, search engine optimized pages, a keyword plan, whatever all the things are in there. And then it's got a price. And if they're excited about it, then that is a win for them. If I'm excited about what we'll get paid to do it, that's a win for me. And that is how we set up an incentive in that scenario. So we create a benefits package. Now, what is not as obvious is how to create a benefits package when there's no money involved. And this is where you sort of go to the next level and you begin to start creating incentive structures that other people don't even know are a possibility. Okay, so for example, let's talk about incentive structures for let's just do this internship. Like all of you are here. How many people we have here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we've got at least 2 more that aren't in the call right now. So we've got like 10 of us. Um, and you guys are here and you're dedicated and you're here doing marketing and training and all this stuff 15 hours a week. And I'm not paying you, at least not yet. And down the road, as you guys get really good at this stuff, if I need a consultant, if I need those things are possible because you put the time in and I trust you. Now, outside of that, though, why are you here? Because if I went and I told the pastor that I've got 10 people that are going to be committing, that have committed 500 hours of work in an internship each over 6 months. So that's 500 each over 6 months. That's about what the hours work out to. That's 5,000 hours. I said, yeah, oh yeah, no problem. I've got 10 people over here interning with me all over the world. And between them, they're committing 5,000 hours of what? Free labor? Their heads would just explode. What do you mean? What are you talking about? We can barely get our volunteers to show up on time. Okay, well, let's go backwards and let's see. Because I'm not interested. I don't like the idea of volunteers. If I had a ministry, I would never say volunteer. I think a lot of people have a bad taste in their mouth from volunteer because what does that mean? Well, you've got time and energy and money and all this stuff, whatever it is. And we need you to sacrifice to the Lord. So we're going to take that from you. We're going to take your time and then we're going to go put it over here to someone who needs it more than you. So I win, somebody else wins, but you're a loser. And I don't like that. I think that's what people in, at least in the West, at least here in the United States, I think a lot of people have a bad taste in their mouth when they think of volunteering at church. And I've spent my whole life volunteering in churches. So I get it. And um, instead, how do we do this? Okay, well, I actually had someone, two gals that were graduating a Christian high school, request an internship. They're like, "Do you have one?" So naturally, to meet the need, I was like, "Of course I do," and I didn't. But as I was talking with them, the first thing I want to know is, what do you need? What do you want an internship for? Well, we need referrals, references to get into colleges. Okay, cool. So you need references. Well, if you're showing up and you're doing this much, then I'll absolutely give you references. Why would I not want to do that? I want these young believers to get out there and to get into the institutions that they want education from so they can go out and make a bigger difference. Of course, I'm going to give you, as long as you're doing great, of course I will. And then what? Well, we want a job recommendations for jobs. We want you to, if we're trying to get clients, we want you to let the clients know that we did a good job and that we do good at design, or I always forget the name, a testimonial, right? I'll give testimonials. What else? Well, we want to have some kind of a certificate when we graduate showing that we have this level of expertise. You got it. Why would I not give that? That's not even hard. Well, what else? Well, how about a job title? I would love to say that I have actually been an SEO content creation specialist. Well, if you spent 500 hours writing articles over here, you definitely earn that title. And how do we, no, it's not just like a, hey, she's the content creator. No, no, no. SEO content creation specialist. You're going to get a title. You're going to get a cool title that you could actually be proud of. Why? Because it's literally takes no more effort. It makes you sound awesome, and it's exactly the same thing. It's true. So if that creates the enthusiasm, heck yeah, have an awesome title. And so what else? A portfolio. Okay, so when you design right now, Sophie's working on we have another Sophie, and Sophie has been here 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months now. So she's well surpassed her 6 months. She's done, and she's still doing design work to build her portfolio. And so she's taking pictures. I'm just sending her all these pages that needed to be designed because she's just stacking them up in a portfolio, whether she wants to work with a ministry, whatever she wants to do. She's got all these pages that she's designed, and she can say, look, here's my work. And she's qualified. So so we want to build a portfolio. I want to know how to write a bio. Great. I filmed, you guys know I filmed the how to write your bio last week for you guys. How to write a resume. So all of these different things is how do we actually get to the place we want to be? I will bend over backwards. I was just doing, what was it? I was doing a college scholarship application recently for one of our former interns. And it's like, of course I will. Because you guys are here sacrificing your time to be with me. You're doing real work, and I really appreciate it. And I want to stack the benefits as high as I possibly can to make sure that you guys are excited. All right. So that is how we start to create a benefits package for the people we're leading and the people we're influencing. And I also like even just thinking about this, right? Usually that's the quiet part, right? There's an incentive structure, but nobody talks about it. They don't want you to know there's an incentive structure because then, you're feeling like, wait a minute, hold on. They've got this whole thing planned. Wait a minute. Do I really want? But I want you guys to know the incentive structure because I want you to understand how they work. So when you go back out into your ministries, you can put them into place. You can create incentive structures that work to get people to actually show up at church and to show up for your business. And so you can provide for your families, all this stuff. Okay. So I'll say the quiet part of my incentive structure out loud so you guys can learn how to do it and go out and be, getting kingdom fruit going in your own lives. Because why? Because that's a positive incentive. Yeah, sure. I out my whole, super secret incentive structure, but also now you know how to do it. And that is itself an incentive. I'm going to tell you all the stuff that nobody else tells you. So that is the way that I view incentive structures. Create a benefits package and just say that the question you want to answer is, how do I make this so good that people would be crazy to say no? When you can do that, you'll have you will have a large influence with people. Do you guys have any questions on creating a benefits package for the people God has called you to?
Not actually a question, but that's like the right approach to again have that win-win situation. Like we are providing the value we are capable of providing, and we're also receiving the value we need. Which that's like with every business, not only in ministry, or it's like all even in human communication, um, in families, and in everything, in all areas of life, we need to follow that structure. Like
Yeah.
we need to give ourselves and provide as much value as we can, but it doesn't have to be one-sided because things don't work like that. Even if we are ready to sacrifice and be like that, things eventually fall apart. So yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Okay, so um I'll conclude this video with this. The size, how do I say this? You will increase in your influence to the degree that you can meet a larger number of needs for a larger number of people. Okay, so if you're a person who can only meet your own needs, you're only going to have influence with you. If you're a person who can meet the needs and solve the problems of more people than yourself, you will have influence with more people than yourself. That's essentially how it goes. That's also true in business. The amount of money you make is determined by the amount of value or the amount of needs that you can meet for the amount of people you can meet. So if you say, how do I give as much value or meet as many needs as I can for as many people as I possibly can, that is how you grow. When you answer that question and you increase the scale, which is why we're building this course platform, for example, because I can't consult with 10,000 people, but I can film courses that 10,000 people can watch. And we've been live for about 4 months and we've got almost 800 people in the back end. Okay, so anyway, with that, we are creating a benefits package for the people that we want to influence and we want to guide and we want to do business with or ministry. And in the next video, we're going to be getting into incentive package sustainability and looking at if we can actually offer those, because it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it. So we'll see you there. God bless.